This is me, and this is a wall. And for the next 10 days, I'm going to be staring at it for an hour.
Hey Siri,
Every day.
timer for 20 minutes.
For science, of course.
20 minutes starting now.
बट भाई मैं तो गेम खेलने आया था.
Because apparently, just by following these 3 rules, I will have the most productive week ever. Now, to make the experiment robust, I also asked a friend to do it with me. So,
अबे भाई दीवार क्यों देखना है?
now that is a good question. See, it all started 2 weeks back with a problem. I've been creating content for more than 7 years now, but I've never felt like this before. These days, I feel like I'm losing my creativity. I would often wake up early just to write, get coffee, sit peacefully, and then just stare at the screen. The empty screen for hours on end. And this wouldn't bother me as much if this wasn't like my job. I am a creator at the end of the day. I get paid to be creative. And it is not just this. Recently, I also started forgetting things more. I have a hard time being present in conversations, and somehow staring at a wall is supposed to change all of that. In theory, I should be having the most productive week of my life. Not next week, this week. I honestly don't buy it, but one way to find out. Now, of course, I'm not someone to just follow all the guidelines. I'm of course gonna try to push the boundaries of this. Like, can I do it outside? Can I stare at anything else other than a wall? Can I do it in the dark, like stare at nothing? Can I do something like live stream myself while staring at a wall? Nah, that's too much. Okay, I am back after 15 minutes of staring at a white wall with not much to stare at. It's quite a unusual experience. Like, at first I'm not able to focus much on the wall, but after like 1.5 minutes, I'm guessing the wall kind of starts warping and your head starts hurting. At least for me, my head starts hurting. It's sort of like pulsating behind somewhere. It starts hurting, but if you can actually go through that headache phase, it dies down, and then it's sort of like you're sitting in between your thoughts and your emotions. It's a little weird. It's a little weird, I would say. But putting all that aside, the real test would be to see if I can work any better right now. So let's go and do that. Still keeping my phone away and trying to get some writing done, which is arguably the most creative thing I do on a daily basis. I felt a lot calmer, I would say. I did not get distracted. My head felt a lot more streamlined. The only thing is we don't know if this is placebo. This all could be placebo just because I did it for the first time. Back home after dinner, I did another 15-minute session, which I think was a bad idea. I was full, sleepy, and sitting idle was not the best choice. So this principle tracks back to writer Neil Gaiman, and he had a very specific and a very strict rule that whenever he sits down to write on his table, he can either write or do nothing. And after 5-10 minutes, just because we have narrowed down the options, the sheer options your brain has, somehow writing feels like the more interesting thing to do. Modern procrastination is fueled by something called instant gratification. By forcing your brain to consume utter mind-numbing boredom, you rapidly lower your dopamine stimulation baseline, and coming back to your laptop makes the boring work incredibly more engaging in comparison. And if you want to follow along at home, you can follow these exact instructions that I've made for my friends. Step 1, find an empty wall to stare at. Step 2, sit around 4 to 5 feet away from it. Step 3, set a timer for 15 minutes. Step 4, put your phone away, no music, and get comfortable. Step 5, stare at a wall until the timer goes off. Step 6 is more of a guideline that says if you start daydreaming, bring your attention back to the wall. Just keep doing it, nothing to feel bad about. Okay, this is day 3 and I just got done with the morning session, and honestly, I do see some changes. I mean, of course, the changes in terms of productivity is very apparent. I feel like I'm getting more work done in a much lesser amount of time, so that's good. But other than that, I was also looking through my phone and I realized that I have not been using my phone as much. Now you can see over here, since the last 4 days, all of these bars have been quite low compared to the previous 2 days. And which is honestly really great. And I mean, let's be honest, we all know how bad scrolling is for us, and I believe none of us, like not you, not me, any of us is exactly a moderate scroller. We are aggressive scrollers. So not scrolling as much is actually freeing up a lot more time for me, which in turn is not directly going into work. Some of it is actually going into re-scratching some old itches, like old interests. And if you've watched my last video, you might remember that I tried my hand at the piano, which I am not really good at yet, but I'm learning. I'm investing like 3 to 4 hours every single week into this, looking at my classes on Skillshare and trying to get as good as I can. Because I really like to sing and I would really want to be able to play some kind of instrument that complements the singing, it just makes sense. Okay, so I can actually read basic sheet music, all of this quite intuitively, but it is still quite complicated to play with both hands simultaneously, And I've been watching this beginner piano class by Mark's Piano. I really like how Marx is hands-on with his approach, like remembering notes, hand positions, sheet music, and of course using both of my hands together. All of these has been so much fun over the last 1 month. I have literally stopped scrolling random reels. And on the side, I'm also watching this creative writing class by Roxanne Gay to improve how I write and tell my stories. And what really sets Skillshare apart is that I can learn almost any skill from this platform. Like I've already completed courses on coding, project management, photography, drawing, and now this piano and creative writing. These are all real technical and creative skills taught by real humans. So if you're looking to reconnect with an old hobby or start a new one, make sure to click the first link in the description, or you can scan this QR code and the first 500 people will get a 1 month free trial of Skillshare. Welcome to day 4, and I have managed to again wake up before 9 a.m. and it's time. And honestly, this has become such a consistent part of my routine. Like if anyone asks me like, so what do you do in your free time? I'll just be like, nothing much, And if you think about it, it's essentially gaslighting my own mind into looking at work and be like, that's pretty cool. Sounds pretty problematic, but why not? Why the fuck? Welcome to another day. It has started raining, subah. And it is hard to stare at a wall when it's raining outside. And I have this big window. So we just got done with our first session. The only issue is I had a headache after waking up today, and I probably should not have gone into this session with the headache, because as you know, after the first minute your head starts like paining and pulsating a little bit. That's a little weird. So now the headache it just got a little more weird, I would say. I will have a Red Bull because caffeine helps with the headache. If that does not work, I'll take a medicine and then go to office. We have a lot of work today. If you can see, we have a lot of work today, and it's gonna be a long day. Honestly, I'm very happy to get back into work again these days, because I know, I mean, after one of these sessions, as I told you, you wouldn't feel like scrolling. You will almost always feel like doing something meaningful or doing something that needs to be done. That's so nice. So recently I've also started putting on headphones, not because I want to listen to songs, but these are good noise cancellation headphones, the Sony XM4. I am not sponsored. I wish I was sponsored, but I don't play any songs, but I cannot hear anything from the outside. Like there's a fucking road over here, people in the office, I can't hear anything. Beautiful. So it adds to the experience, I would say. With that said, this is day 4, second session. We're just gonna get into it. So today was a little more unsettling, I would say. Like it was almost like the wall was not just in front of me, it surrounded me in a sense. Thank God for the time where I got out. I mean, it does sound very silly when I'm talking about it, but I think the reason behind this could be that I'm not in a very good headspace today. And usually I just observe my emotions, observe my thoughts, observe my feelings. I don't like to feel them, I like to observe them more. But because there were no distractions, just a wall and a me, and the wall is again, it's just me, literally. So maybe that's what triggered, maybe that's what triggered a deeper intervention into my head, which is not very comfortable. Not very comfortable. Do I still do it tomorrow if I'm not in a good mood? I don't know. I don't think I will. Hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes. And you know what getting out of one of these sessions feel like? It leaves me in this zen-like stage. My head is a little numb. It's like the feeling you have after waking up from a good afternoon nap, except the laziness. It's almost like you have a 32 GB RAM in your brain and you're only able to use 4 GB. Now that might sound like a bad thing, but if you think about it, being restricted to use your RAM also means that I don't feel like watching TV, watching a video, opening Instagram, or even I don't even feel like talking to anyone. I really just want to sit with myself, do my work, and do what matters. That's good. I feel that's really good. And we are officially at the second session of day number 9. And do you remember how at the start I talked about how I want to be more present in my life, to have more time to get things done efficiently and quickly, so that I have more time to live my life, to go out, to spend more time with my friends and my loved ones? I really thought I was just taking the first step, the efficiency and the work part, and all those other things I will have to do later. But somehow through the last 7 to 10 days, I somehow have done all of those. I've spent an hour every day doing absolutely nothing and still got all of the work done. So efficiency is definitely higher. I've gone out more in the last 10 days than I have probably gone out in the whole year so far. I have met and spent time with my friends doing random stuff, but it was really fun. It's almost like I'm relearning how to live life. That's refreshing. And on top of that, I have spent more time with myself. I have written more in my journal. This is not the journal, I have a different diary at home, but I have written more in my journal. I have played more songs. I have picked up the guitar once again. I'm playing it again, little. I'm posting videos. I'm jamming with friends. It's nice. It's almost like, as I said, it's almost like I am relearning how to live life at 25. That could be a series. That could be a whole vlog series. What do you think? I mostly will never do it, but I am very, very grateful I took this challenge. I mean, it felt absolutely stupid at the start. It still feels stupid quite a lot. But a good way to put it would be that it has shown me a few more things than just an empty wall. I hope that makes sense. And as absurd as it may sound, I would honestly recommend all of you to try this at your home.